they don't go after you by being vocal. They go after your family as well. So my wife was intercepted several times. She was shot upon because she didn't stop there. They started to shift to my kids. They threw him out of the building. 10 stories.
All right, here we go. Mr. Jesus.
Zito.
How are you, my man?
All good, man. All good. Very good.
Thank you for coming today. I really appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you for having us.
For people that don't know who you are, what's your name, where you're from, walk us through.
Well, my name is Jesus Fernandez, Jesus Alberto Fernandez. I come from Caracas, Venezuela. I was a councilman back then when I used to live there. And before that,
Now, before you were councilman, what were you doing over there?
I was doing some different type of jobs here and there, working my way through entrepreneurship. And right before I went into dive deep into politics, I kind of like owned it's a franchise of a newspaper stand and magazines and gum and like these the New York style newspaper stands.
Okay.
But
They're big in Serbia too. They're just in the middle of a city center. You got them. So
sort of. I was at a mall there, and I kind of like got involved with the people around, the people that came to buy cigarettes, gum, refreshments, and stuff like that. And I started learning about these things, and I've always had a passion for politics, even when I was in the university.
Okay.
Well, my dad was an ambassador for Venezuela in different countries, so that was my background. My uncle was in politics. He was actually a candidate for president in 1988, if I'm not mistaken. Yes.
Okay.
He came in runner-up, but it was family all involved was.
So you have a deep root of politics in your family.
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing, man. I didn't know that.
Yes, and my cousin was also in politics. He was a councilman back there, and so it kind of like grew. I grew up with that.
Okay. And what was your first job over there? That was it? Pretty much selling like your little stand? That was like your first?
No, my first job there was when I was around 12, 13, 14 years old. That's what I consider my first job because it's what made me. You know, I set up a lemonade stand in my neighborhood.
Young hustler.
We lived in a pretty good neighborhood. I mean, it wasn't the richest, but it wasn't. We weren't in a slum or anything like that. And I just set up a lemonade stand. I was sick and tired of having to ask my dad, "Hey, can I have some money to go to the movies or to fix my bike or whatever?"
Yep.
So I set up this lemonade stand, and every afternoon around 4 or 5 o'clock, before I had something else to do, I played baseball back then.
Okay.
And I set up this lemonade stand. So everybody that coming in from work would see me right there, right where the front gate of the neighborhood was.
Yep.
There I was.
Couldn't miss you.
Yeah, they couldn't miss me, and everybody was like tired and hot and whatever. And they'd give me a lemonade, I don't even know how much I sold it for. I don't remember that. And then my sisters kind of like wanted to help. You know, let's just say I was 14, so my sister was 11, and the other one was 9.
Yeah.
So they were just like helping big old brother, right? And they started making some brownies and cookies. So the lemonade stand started to grow a little bit. And well, I made some money. I cut them off with their share
little
of
piece.
Yeah. They had some for their Barbies and their stuff.
Of course, man.
That was my first job.
That's amazing.
And from there, I just took it to selling stuff.
And then you went on to the stand.
And then, well, no, the stand. It never went over that. It was just like a kids stuff.
Yeah, but the one in the mall. I'm talking about.
After.
That was after.
That was way after. But in between, I had several jobs, and it was all in sales. All involved sales.
Always sales.
Always sales. Always sales. And well, that's what I came to do here when I first got to the U.S.
Yeah.
Sales.
Yeah. Did you go to school there, like for when you were in Venezuela?
Yes. I came into Venezuela. Actually, I was 13, 14 when I did the lemonade stand because we came to Venezuela. When I was around 12 years old.
So you weren't born there?
No, I was born in Belgium.
Oh, you were born in Belgium?
Yes. My dad was an ambassador. Like I said before, I don't remember exactly what we were doing in Belgium, if he was an ambassador or consul, or I don't know
Yep.
exactly. I really don't know.
That's interesting. You went to Venezuela from Belgium.
Well, not from Belgium. From Belgium, we went to Uruguay.
Okay.
He was an ambassador there. From Uruguay, we went to the U.S. We were here in the U.S. in Washington. My dad
Okay.
was something of the OEA organization.
Okay.
And then from there, we went to Moscow.
You were in Russia too.
Yes, in Russia. But it wasn't Russia back then. It was the USSR.
USSR, yeah, that's
so
right.
we were pretty much in the same country back then.
Yeah, man. It's great. Very close.
Yeah. There I witnessed, I wasn't that old. I was, 8 years old when we left Russia, something like that. And I witnessed what communism can do to a country.
Definitely.
So I saw the lines right in front of the embassy. We had a bakery. They sold bread and stuff like that. And I saw the empty shelves and the lines of people waiting to get bread, just to get
That was your first glimpse of what communism can really do to a country.
I didn't understand it. Of course, I was very young, but I saw it. And then when I lived it back in Venezuela, now I understand.
Yeah.
And all the things. When we left Russia, it was in the middle of a coup, and that pretty much brought down the USSR. And I leaving in the middle of the coup. So
Wow. So you
Molotov
went through that
bombs
whole
and
craziness over there.
yes. And then we went to Japan. I was in Tokyo. My dad was stationed there in Tokyo. We were there for a couple of years, and then we went to Venezuela.
You traveled around the world, my man, before you went to Venezuela. That's
A little bit. Don't remember much. I was very young.
Doesn't matter, but you still traveled.
I got the stamps on the passport.
That's right. And your father must have experienced a lot, man.
Yes.
That is crazy. Now
He was actually one of the first ambassador within the USSR to say to the world, it was in private, but he was the first one to say to the world, there is a possibility of a coup here. The minister and then the people in the Ministry of Exterior in Venezuela laughed at him.
Wow.
Roy Chatterton, to be specific, was one of the people that most laughed at him because of that. And a few months later, he was proven right.
Wow, man. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Is he still alive, your father?
No, he passed away a few years
God rest
ago.
his soul.
Yeah.
God rest his soul. Here in the United States?
No, back in Venezuela.
Venezuela?
He had a heart condition and he passed away.
Okay. So you become a city councilman. How did that happen in Venezuela?
Well, like I said, I had this stand, newspaper stand and stuff. I got involved with a lot of people. Well, no, let's go back a little bit more.
Okay.
When I got to the university, we don't call it a college, but it's sort
It's
of
a
like
university,
the same.
yeah.
It's a university.
It's the same as Serbia. There's only one. There's no college university. It's one thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And well, I was studying there, and I got involved with a few other people, rebellious young teenagers, because I was 18, 19 years old. And
When you say rebellious, you mean like against the government, or just bad kids doing bad shit?
no, rebellious as in bad kids doing not bad shit, but doing things that are rebellious.
You got you.
There's a phrase, I don't know who's it from, but it says if you're not rebellious before you're 30, you don't have a heart. But if you're rebellious, if you continue to be rebellious after 30, you don't have a brain. So being rebellious is part of growing up, being against the
Absolutely.
system, doing things,
Absolutely.
that type of stuff.
That's a good one. Actually, I never thought about that. That's a really good phrase.
I love it.
Yeah, that's
and I
amazing.
sort of live by it, and I teach my son about that. I mean, he's 16, he's rebellious, and I teach him that. Like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, be rebellious now.
But find a cause. Not be rebellious but just by being rebellious.
Yeah.
Find a cause and live by it. And then work your way through life because of that. And that's fine. So we were there in the university. I got together with a bunch of friends, and we were seeing that the delegates for the students of engineering, which was what I was studying back then, industrial engineering, they had been in power, like the student council, for many years, and they renewed themselves with new students. But it was like a little clan that did everything how they wanted, and they didn't listen to anybody else. So we decided, okay, let's fight this. Let's go. Let's pick it up and fight this and do something new for everyone. So it was 4 types of engineering, and only one got elected. And every house, sort of, kind of like Harry Potter and the different houses, every house had their president. So we did something
It's
different.
a college fraternities, pretty much how they have it here in States. Similar?
Not fraternities. It's like industrial engineering, telecommunications, civil engineering.
Oh, so it's split up like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So every house presented their candidacy.
Okay.
And then afterwards, one got elected. So we did something different. Let's choose. Let's see who's the best of each one of these houses, and put one whole punch. All of them, the 4 of them, are going to govern us.
Okay.
So govern us.
Yeah.
Right? And we won. Part of that team, of that initial team, where I was just another guy, I wasn't the leader or anything. The leaders were the ones that are about to graduate. You know, we were.
I'm sure it goes by
young.
seniority, absolutely.
Exactly. We were young. We were just starting, but we pulled together this group, all of us, the seniors, the sophomores, everybody. But one of the sophomores was Juan Guaido, who is one of our. He was an interim president for Venezuela. He was a congressman.
Oh my God! Okay.
In Venezuela, he's a good friend, and that's where we met. And that's how I started into politics. That evolved. And I went in. Most of them went into different parties. I didn't think I was old enough.
How old were you when that was?
That was 18.
18. Oh, so you
19
were
years old.
young.
Yeah, and I said to myself, when all the political parties of the country, the opposition political parties of the country, said, "Come here, work with us, come within our party, be a member." I said, no, it's not time. We're students. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Most of them went, and that's what.
It's an opportunity, right? Of course.
Right, and they took it, and that's fine. I'm not against it, but I always said I'm not ready for that. I'm not. I think I still need to live the student side of it without any exterior political party coming on me and telling me what to say, what to do, how to do it, because that's how political parties work all over the globe.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's nothing.
You're told what to do, what to say.
It's nothing out of the ordinary. But I was not ready for that. I was still rebellious, so I kind of stepped aside a bit. And when I got to this newsstand, I started seeing the people around the town and what they were suffering, and seeing all the things that were happening. And I said, okay, let's get into this again. This guy that always came to, he was actually selling me. You remember when we had to buy these little cards to put money into our phone so we can make calls and text messages?
They're still around, actually.
Oh, they are?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're still around.
Well, he sold me those cards so I can resell them.
Okay.
He was one of the distributors. So he was a politician there. He's in Miami right now. And he was a candidate for mayor. And he told me, come on in. Why don't you come work with us? Come and do your stuff.
Yeah.
So I started out with him, and things evolved. A good friend of mine, which we grew up together, also through his candidacy, and things evolved. I worked with this guy until he came to the U.S., and then I was pretty much left alone in a sense of way. So I started working with my friend, and he got elected. He lost his first election, and the first thing he did after he lost the first time he run, the first thing he did the very next day was go out, and it was December, and he always did this. And even though he had lost, he said, "I'm going to do the same thing again." He went out and distributed toys for little kids all around the
God bless him. That's amazing.
less benefited neighborhoods in the municipality. And I like that. I like that a lot, because he wasn't in politics, or he isn't in politics because of getting to a certain place, being a mayor or being a councilman. He actually wants to help people. That's and I saw that in him.
What city was this in Venezuela?
This is El Hatillo.
Okay.
That is a municipality within Caracas.
Got you.
Kind of like here in Miami-Dade that you have Doral, you have
Okay.
North Miami, stuff like
Candles was a part.
that. Exactly.
Okay. Got you. Okay.
So Caracas, it would be Miami-Dade, and let's say Kendall is
Absolutely. Yeah. I
El
get it.
Atillo, to
Yeah.
give a sense of it,
Yep.
right? And I like that a lot about him. And I said, this is a guy I can follow. This is a guy I can
A good role
I can
model.
help. He's a good model. This is what I want to do. This is why I came into politics, because of these things. So this is the guy I'm gonna go partner with. So we partnered. He told me he wanted me to be his campaign manager.
Okay.
Went in, won the second time around, and he got elected mayor, and I got elected councilman the year after.
That's amazing.
It was a awesome experience.
That's amazing.
And he was here.
Who was the president of Venezuela then?
Chavez.
Chavez. There was
Chavez.
Chavez era.
I'm pretty sure it was Chavez. Yes, sometimes dates
No,
get confused in my brain,
of course, man.
but I'm pretty sure it was Chavez.
was in
And if
Chavez?
it wasn't Chavez, it was Maduro. So
Yeah.
it's not much of a
Not much difference, I guess. No.
no.
I figured.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, but when they transitioned, did that affect the country at all? Like
No, absolutely nothing. It was absolutely the same because.
Oh, he was his guy. I mean, what can really change, right? He was
Exactly.
underneath
He
him, so-
actually called him his son. So.
Yeah, and he put him in power. He said, "Please vote for him." I remember seeing that when I did my little study. I remember him saying, "Hey, this is the guy that's supposed to be next."
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
So there wasn't much of an issue with the transition. People said it was going to be softer, or some people say it was going to be harder. And at the end, it ended up being harder, a lot more harsh for the Venezuelan people.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So when you got into the councilman, did you know like there's some maybe it might get dangerous at one point? Did you ever think about that? Because it is obviously Venezuela. You know, it's not the most.
It wasn't like that at the beginning.
Okay.
Okay. It actually was Maduro who was in power when.
Oh, he was Maduro?
Yes. Trying to, memory drops here and there. And it wasn't. It was dangerous. I can't say it wasn't dangerous.
But you knew it was gonna get. You had a.
I'm in the opposition.
Okay.
We had already seen some events of persecution, of the dictatorship getting control. The mayor right before my friend, who was actually also a friend of mine, he got. What would you say is the word? He got banned from being politically. He couldn't be a mayor anymore.
They just cut him off.
They just cut him off, and he ran. He had to escape. He had to go into hiding first, and then through different methods of hiding in holes in different houses.
Because he went against Maduro's regime.
He was very vocal against
was-
against Maduro's regime. He's a good friend of mine, David Smolansky. He's actually working in favor of Venezuelans and against the regime from here, from the U.S. I think he's in the U.S. right now.
Okay.
He was in Mexico. He's been in Colombia. He's been all around helping. He's been very vocal right now with all the exodus of Venezuelans. So he's been working a lot on that, and God bless him and all the work he has done. But he had to go into hiding, be estranged, live in holes for a couple of days.
Left
or
his family behind, probably everybody.
left.
Home, everything.
Family could go, could leave the country in more regular ways, but he ended up escaping through Brazil, and then doing what he does right now. And that's the story of many of us politicians who went against the regime down in Venezuela.
Wow, man, that's absolutely. Imagine that happening here. You're going against Trump or somebody, and you have to escape the States because you went against him. That's not even real. Doesn't sound. Like I always say, people don't understand how good we have it in this country.
No, they don't.
They have no clue.
They have no idea.
They don't even know, man. Like,
And because this is a great country, and because they have done so well for themselves, and they've actually have institutions that actually care for people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course they have things that they do wrong. We're
every
human
government
beings.
does, every country does, but
Because we're
not on
human
that
beings. This is something that my friend the mayor told me every time. He's very religious, and he said what are institutions made of? People. And people make mistake. Because the only perfect person in the entire world is Jesus Christ.
He's God, absolutely.
God.
Absolutely.
That's it. The rest of us make mistakes. So that's part of who we are. And we learn from those mistakes and we get better from that.
Yes, sir.
So, yes, any government can make mistakes. But it's learning from those mistakes and getting better that makes different governments better than others. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. So, okay, so you become a councilman. The opposite, you start, opposing the government. At what point did you realize, okay, my life's in danger now? What happened? Like, how did you?
Well,
what was the initial?
It's kind of like a gradual thing.
How did it start from the beginning?
Right. It starts just by being vocal, by expressing yourself and saying, I'm against this. I'm against you having political prisoners.
And you were vocal about it?
I was vocal about it. They killed a friend of mine, Fernando Alban. They threw him off a 10th floor building.
This is the government or like a little militia that works for the government?
He was thrown out of the helicoide, which is the tomb. They call it the tomb there. There's 700 and more people still in prison, political prisoners right now as we speak. This is a center. It was supposed to be a hotel back in 1958, where we had another dictatorship. Perez Jimenez was in power then, and he was building a hotel there. But Perez Jimenez was thrown out, and that project stopped. And later on, different governments have been doing stuff with that building, and this building right now is a very big prison, where the intelligence division of the government's police works at. So when you get caught, they take you there and they start torturing you in there. There's thousands of stories of things that are being done in there. But Fernando Alban, who was a councilman, just like me, at the same time, he was caught under the impression that he had something to do with the attempt of assassination of Nicolas Maduro. And 2 days after, the news broke and he suicides himself.
Oh, of course.
He was a religious guy.
Of course he suicided himself.
He has had a wife, kids.
Yeah.
He lived for her daughters. No, he would not. He would have never killed himself. They threw him out of the building, 10 stories.
That is crazy.
And that's what happens when you're vocal. And I guess my number didn't come up, and that's why I could escape, but many others haven't. And
what was your first initial, when you felt for yourself, okay, I might get in some serious trouble now?
Well, the people talk, and word gets around. And eventually it got around that I was part of a sort of a extrajudicial investigation. I started being followed by the different polices that work down there, the government polices, Sabine, national police, etc. And
that's crazy.
And you can see if you're looking for them, you know that they're following you.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I'm in my car, and I start driving, and I got a pickup truck, white pickup truck, tailgating me, and follow me around. And my wife, because that's one thing that they do. They don't go after you by being vocal. They go after your family as well. So my wife was intercepted several times. One time she was shot upon because she didn't stop. And
they shot at your wife.
Yes, well, they didn't hit her.
Yeah, but they're warning shots.
Yeah, warning shot.
Yeah,
they hit the car.
Yeah,
and my kids were in the car.
Come on, man.
Yeah, so that's when I started saying,
you got to be a heartless person to even do that, knowing kids are in the car, man. That
well, as we've been saying all along, Cubans are inside Venezuela, and Cubans have control of a lot of things in Venezuela. And Cubans, actually, and it was demonstrated with this latest thing.
They got a bunch of
I think it was 32 Cubans that were defending Maduro, and they ended up being killed in that operation.
I mean,
that just confirms what we've been saying for years.
Absolutely, man.
Cubans are in Venezuela controlling and doing as they please. That is part of our history.
And their people are going through the same thing in their country.
Yeah.
Same thing, man.
Exactly. And they're heartless people. They don't care about anything. They just care about maintaining power. And if they have someone that's being vocal about different things, about not having water, not having electricity, those were my main banners, right? But also, there's no food. I can't buy diapers for my kids. I can't buy food for my kid.
So this is one thing that people hear. Okay, I know a lot of Americans here in this city. I spoke with them about this multiple times, and they think that's all a lie. It's over exaggerated. There is food on the table. There is electricity. There is water. What do you think? What do you have to say?
There is food on the table in Syria, Iraq.
Oh, of course, yeah, I get it.
But is that food on the table?
Yeah.
Is that the same food that we can have here? Freedom?
Yeah.
I can go to a supermarket. I remember the first time I got here, my wife says that we got to go buy some food.
Mm-hmm.
We go to the supermarket. We went to Walmart, and my kids were amazed, right? And we went to, okay, let's buy whatever you want. Whatever you want. I don't care. Fill the cart up.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to the cereal aisle, right? What to choose? There's so many options.
Of course. There's 30 different types of eggs here you can buy.
Salt.
Yeah.
You got like
there's
40
60 different salts.
What the hell? And then, but you don't have that in Venezuela. You have 2, 3, 4. Right now, it's different than a few years back.
Okay.
So it's been evolving.
Okay.
And in Caracas, there's a sort of a bubble that's created by the government, where a lot of the money that they're getting in from the drug trafficking is being reinvested into bringing products in so that people can buy. But can everyone buy them?
That was my next question. Is this for everybody, or is this only...
No, anybody can buy them.
But money.
Money-wise.
Do you have the money?
Do you have the money to actually be able to buy these products?
Mm-hmm.
How do they do it? It's simple. They have control of the import-export. Well, there's no export, so the import. They have control of all the docks. So whoever's in with them is here, because there are people here, and they go to Walmart. I'm just going to put a simple example.
Yeah. Dame down. So
Nutella.
Okay.
Right? They go buy, I don't know, 50 boxes of Nutella at Walmart. I don't know, it's $4 a little pot, right? Okay. They go and sell it down in Venezuela, but they're not going to lose money. So they have to put a price on top of the $4 that we buy it here in Walmart, right? And then, how much is it going to cost over there? My salary when I was there as a councilman was $12 a month.
When you convert the dollars, right?
When I converted to dollars.
It's $12 a month.
We've lost...
That's crazy, man.
We've lost 18 zeros to our money, to our currency's worth against the dollar over the course of, since 1994 till now.
I seen videos of people throwing money out of trucks.
18 zeros. You put it on your phone, and the phone says you can't put more than 15 characters. And phones can take a lot. And you put it horizontal, and it's the same thing.
It's still the same thing, yeah.
15. And we've lost 18 zeros to it.
So how does an average family survive? Like, what's the... How does it work?
That's the question. That's one of the biggest questions that anybody from Venezuela struggles to answer. We gotta reinvent ourselves and do this and do that. And my wife was selling cakes. She's a pastry chef, so she was selling cakes, and I went to different markets with her cakes, and I was there from 5 a.m. to 7, 8 a.m. on a little stand, just selling my cakes. Like I said at the beginning, I'm a salesperson, so pretty much know how to sell stuff and make some money here, make some money there, and ended up doing stuff. Thankfully, my parents had a good living and they could maintain or help us. But we didn't have our own house. We lived at our parents' house. So those are the struggles.
That's normal. Same as my country, people live with their families forever.
Right. And because you can't buy something.
Yeah.
I couldn't go out and say, oh, I'm going to buy this apartment.
Yeah,
there's no credit. There's no mortgages.
There's no such thing as credit from the government, or none of that.
Nothing. There's nothing like that. So how do? You just have to survive however you can. However you can, legally, of course.
Yeah.
I'm not condoning the people that do things that are illegal, but legally, but you have to be working.
But even the people that do it illegally, like, what is their other choice? What is a young man gonna do at 18 years old if he can't get a job? What is the choice?
Leave the country. And that's why we have.
Can you just leave the country? Are you allowed to leave? Is anyone allowed to leave?
Yes. If you have the means, you can leave. If you can buy a ticket, you can just buy it. There's no restraints on
leaving.
actually leaving unless you're wanted.
Yeah.
And then you have to do other stuff to get out of the country.
Yeah.
But if you're a normal citizen and you have enough money to buy a ticket and leave, and that's why, or do it through the Panama forest of, I forgot the name of it, but through Panama, the swamps there, which is a life-risking situation. And most people didn't go through there at the beginning. They left on foot through Brazil or Colombia, countries that are right next by. And then from there, they started making a little bit more money in those countries and then went over to Argentina or Chile or whatever.
Anywhere but...
And that's why the exodus of Venezuelans has been so large.
It's the biggest exodus, I believe, like in a long time.
In a very long time.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact numbers.
Yeah,
but
it's a massive number.
It's just shy of what Syria has been experienced, but they're at war.
Yeah.
We're not at war.
Yeah, that's the difference.
We're not on an actual war. People are leaving there because bombshells are falling on their heads. Here, it's just we don't have enough to eat. We don't have enough to go to a hospital. We don't have enough for anything, except for little bubbles here and there.
Just to get by.
Just to get by.
So the word around the city is, your name gets mentioned a little bit. Might be in danger. What made you say, you know what, I'm out of here?
Well, my wife left before.
Okay.
She had a nervous breakdown. After several months of going to these marches, the protests against the regime, she was taking pictures of the National Guard and the policemen attacking us. And
they were brutal with people. There's no mercy.
No mercy.
They're
no mercy at all.
Anybody. Doesn't matter. Child, wife.
It doesn't matter who they
lady.
got, and that's a whole different picture of commenting on that. But they were very brutal. They had no scrupulous at all as to who was in front of them. They just had to prevent us from getting to where we were supposed to be getting. Doesn't matter where.
Yeah.
So after months of that, there was one specific where Juan Guaido, the interim president, shows up at 5 a.m. on a street saying, "This is the day," and we went out. We said, "We're gonna go out. We're gonna go out and fight for our country and be there for our kids." And there was I don't remember, mid-morning, there was a blast of military components from the regime that came in, guns blazing, and we were right next to Juan in that moment, and we were just by his security dropped down to the floor, while his security shot back. So we were right in the middle of everything.
Crossfire.
Yeah, and my wife just says,
"That's enough.
That's it." They started. Because obviously they saw me right next to the interim president.
Yeah.
And at that moment, I was
you're a target.
A target,
Absolutely.
exactly. A target.
You're a
Thank
target.
you. And they started going after my wife. my wife has a nervous breakdown, and we decide she has to leave. She can't be here. She can't handle this because it's gonna get worse for her. So she comes to the U.S. COVID hits, and I'm in Venezuela with my 2 kids.
The timing to it, it's insane. Man.
Yeah,
The
it's like
timing is just amazing.
It's like, come on,
Yeah,
you can
seriously,
give me a
man.
little break here.
Seriously.
But I was with my kids, my mom, and my wife was here. After a while, and we decide it's time for you to get out as well, because things started to shift. Since my wife wasn't there, they started to shift to my kids.
No way, man.
Outside the school, going to soccer practice, stuff like that. My mom starts telling me this. They didn't do anything specific, but it was the harassment, the following. And they came after me a couple of times, rammed my car. I managed to wiggle out of it and escape. And then I just said, you know what? That's enough. My not only if it would be myself and I was alone, I didn't have a wife and kids.
That's different.
I probably would still be there, or I would probably be dead or be a prisoner. One of those 3 options. But I would still be
definitely.
there, dead, a prisoner, or out. But I would be there. I wouldn't have left. But kids, wife, family takes a different level. And I said,
man. You got something to live for.
Exactly. No, even as a sole human being, I had something to live for.
Yeah,
but now I have to live
different with your kids and your wife.
I have to help.
You gotta take care of your family, man. You gotta
Yeah, they have to grow up,
of
and they have to
course.
grow up with their dad.
Of course.
And I understand whoever doesn't think that way, but
No, man,
that's not how
you gotta
I
take
was
care of
brought
your
up.
family
I
no
was
matter
brought
what.
about as a family man, and I got to take care of my family.
100%, brother.
So I said, you know what? Let's leave. One night, I get a call. They're going after you. So I escape. My mom gets the kids on a plane the very next day. It was the next day we were all leaving, but my mom gets the kids on a plane. She leaves, and I escape through the methods that I've explained before, and now I'm here.
Why Miami?
Well, because my wife was here.
Oh, she came to Miami.
Yeah, she came to Miami. Why Miami? She had a friend here, and she came to live. The friend helped her so she come here, and then she made her a life of herself here while we were still there. Sort of a life,
Yeah.
And then we came here, and then we haven't left.
And they haven't given the wife any problems at the airport when she came with the kids or nothing. They just let her go. Thank God.
Yeah, we had our visas, thankfully.
I mean, like in Venezuela when she came to the airport, they didn't bother her or nothing.
No.
Because of you.
No. There was no.
At least
bother.
that. At least thank God they let her go.
No. It was thankfully it was smooth. There's always the threat and the fear of something happening at a specific moment is always there. But thankfully nothing happened, nor to her, nor to my mom or my kids. So thank
God, man.
Thank God they kind of like, okay, they're leaving, let them leave.
Yeah.
But they were still after me, so I couldn't just walk
You
out
couldn't
the
went
door.
to the airport, no, of course.
Yeah, well, no, just walk out the door. No. So I had to do
What you have to do.
alternative methods of doing so. But it all thankfully is well, and we're here, we're all alive, but we keep fighting.
For you, what is it like starting over again in another country?
Jesus, it's hard.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's hard. My story starts out here as a property manager. Well, you got to reinvent yourself completely. And I was always good at sales. As a politician, I'm a salesperson of myself or someone else, but a salesperson at the end. And I got a break from a friend who let me in to be a property manager. That didn't last very long. And I found our mutual friend came over to the property to sell us. I think it was air conditioning at the moment.
What a small world. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
And one thing led to another, and I ended up working with him, selling air conditioners, solar energy, roof, impact windows and doors and stuff like that. I did that for 3 years. I don't remember exactly, but 2-3 years. And then another opportunity came to work as a project manager, and that's where I'm at right now.
man.
But in between and in between jobs and stuff like that, I've done Uber, DoorDash,
Anything to feed the family, right?
anything to feed the family. Again, within the legal
Absolutely, absolutely.
limits, nothing illegal.
Of course.
But you know, working hard, waking up at 3 a.m. to be on the street at 4 to start doing Uber, DoorDash, stuff like that, and then coming back at home at 10, 11 just to get a bath, something to eat, and drop dead on the wherever just to get up on the next day.
Yeah.
It's hard for an immigrant anywhere. It's hard to start over.
It's expensive here too, man. The bills are very high here.
Well, Miami is
Cost
one of the
of living is
it's very high.
insane.
It's one of the most expensive cities in the country, but
Yeah.
but it's also has its perks. You
That's
can't,
why we're here, man.
exactly.
I would never leave. I love it here. It's got its perks. It's got the negatives, of course, but I would never leave. I love it here, man.
It is a very, very nice.
It's a
city to
beautiful
live in.
place.
Yeah.
A lot of people from Venezuela here too. So,
Yeah, a lot.
especially where you live in the Doral.
Yeah.
So for people, in the U.S. that don't understand, what is life like right now in Venezuela, like today? What is it like?
Well, it depends on what you do, but politically, you know.
Okay.
If you're a common citizen, like
For a common citizen,
for a normal citizen in Venezuela, it's pretty much like everywhere else. You get up, go to job, take your kids to school, go to your job, work all day, get your kids to school, go back home, take them to their activities if they have any, and then pretty much it. I mean, there's not much to it. The thing is that, well, sometimes you could be at your house and you can be without water for a week, 2, a month.
that's common.
Very, very. It at our city, our system of waterworks is with pumps, because our city is 1,000 feet above the level of the sea.
Yeah.
And the water comes from very far away, very, very far away in a straight line, but it also has to come up 900 feet.
Yeah.
So it's water pumps. There's been no maintenance and no reinversion into that. So it's all obsolete. It hasn't been taken care of.
Crazy,
so the pipes are older than me. I'm 42 years old, and the pipes are older than me, so they're bursting. I was just seeing yesterday we got another burst of the main pipe that it even washed a car away that was driving up the road. It washed the car down the road with a person inside.
Nobody maintains
Nothing happened, thankfully, but it's the second time this week that same main pipe has burst in 2 different positions. So there's no water. The El Hatillo has been without water from, I don't know, a week, but there's places within El Hatillo, the ones that are most further in the city, months, maybe even years without direct water. So people have to buy trucks of water to get to their house. To have water, you need
Meanwhile,
water.
we can just go to Publix to get a case, do whatever,
You
difference-
open your tap.
Yeah.
You anywhere here in the U.S. you just hit the tap and
Yeah.
water just starts flowing.
Yeah.
It's as easy as that, right?
Yeah,
and you
man.
think, oh, that's everywhere. No,
Yeah.
that's
No,
not
it's
everywhere,
not, man.
It's
No,
not
it's
everywhere.
not.
It's really hard to just go to your tap and there's no
Yeah,
water.
nothing.
What am I gonna do? And then you have to have, I don't know. Right now, I don't know the prices, but let's just say the prices when I left 4 years ago, $60, $80 to get a truck to fill your tank of water. Here in the U.S., you don't even need tanks of water.
No,
Water just comes straight in from
there,
from the street.
of course.
No, we have tanks to
You have to fill up
keep the water. So we have for when there's no water,
like a reserve.
a reserve,
Yeah.
and then electricity. When I left, we were managing 20 to 30 electricity shutdowns, blackouts a day.
Come on, man.
A day. What does that do to you?
Well, that just drives you mentally crazy. I can just imagine, man. How are you supposed to live like that?
The-
That's not
what does it
normal
do
living,
to
man.
your appliances?
Of course. You got to keep them unplugged the whole day, basically, just because they might die.
Or do have protectors and
Yeah,
be checking your
yeah.
protectors every time, because every time there's a blackout, that protector takes a hit, and if you're not checking it, then it's not doing what it's supposed to do, and then the next thing that's going to take the hit is your microwave.
And that's how the government controls people, I guess. It's control.
Control. That's control.
Yeah, it's full control.
They take away the things that you need that you need to live, to have you under their control. That's communism. That's what the Soviets
That's
have
literally
taught
what it's
us.
all about.
Yeah, control the people.
So what happens to, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of journalists out there who speak out against this, a lot of politicians. Have you seen any of them? Have you heard, I mean, sure you heard of a lot of them disappearing.
Oh, back home?
Back in Venezuela, yeah.
Yes. Like I said before, we have right now, well, after the latest situation with Nicolás Maduro being removed from country and bringing
We're going to get to that whole
We're
thing.
going to get to that
Yeah.
later. But after that situation, this administration has tried to enforce the liberation of political prisoners. We had over 1,000 a few days ago, and right now we're at a little over 700. Close to the
So they're getting released slowly.
Yeah, they have been releasing them really slowly, but I have a couple of good dear friends still in there, Luis Omasa and Jesus Armas. That we work together a lot, and I pray and I pray for
See them out one
their
day.
release, their immediate release as soon as possible.
Is there freedom of speech in Venezuela?
No, well,
Yeah, I guess. But let's say, you know, on internet, you go to say something about Maduro or something like that. Are you going to get in trouble for that? Or
yes,
you are.
You-
So they monitor everything.
We have a case of, they monitor everything. We have a case of this very vocal YouTuber or, influencer that at one time spoke against the Tren de Aragua, which is the armed force of the Cartel de los Soles, of the drug trafficking cartel that they have there. And he was very vocal about the government and involvement, and they killed him live. He was doing a live video.
Come on.
When they killed him. It's all over there. You can check the
They
internet.
executed him live
Yes. You can see the whole thing.
just to make an example out of him.
Just to
Pretty
make an
much.
example out of him. That's one of the examples that I can give you of no freedom of speech. There's also this case of, I don't know if it's a U.S. or a Mexican news person. He went to Venezuela to show that Venezuela is not bad, what you're just saying, and he got imprisoned. And he was all in favor of Nicolás Maduro and the regime,
And they still got him.
and they still got him. So
You can't do anything.
that's karma for you right
Yeah.
there. But it shows, and it proves to show that there is no freedom of speech. You can't just say what you want, especially if it's against the regime.
Yeah.
And it only has gotten worse and worse and worse as time goes by.
The last election that happened with Maduro,
Yeah,
you think that was
absolutely stolen.
100% stolen, right?
We've known that elections have been stolen for a while. When I mean a while, it's, I don't know, since 2000 or something. So we've been at this, and we've been saying and being vocal about this for a long time. But we didn't have the proof. We didn't have the
How you
actual proof.
supposed to prove it? It's impossible.
Prove it is not impossible, extremely hard. You have to have one person of your absolute confidence at each one of the election stations, at each one of the machines, and stay there all the way to the end to get the little paper, the receipt that the machine gives with the election results.
Yeah, that shows. Yeah. Good luck
So-
with that in
Exactly.
Venezuela. Good luck with that.
We managed to do that
Oh, you did.
in that election, where Edmundo Gonzalez, who is a friend of my father, by the way, they worked together in the Ministry of Exterior Relations, and when he was elected as president, because Maria Corina they didn't let her be a candidate, so she switched to another person, and they didn't let that other person be a candidate, and then she switched to Edmundo Gonzalez, who they let and won. But with him, we managed to get all the receipts, and we
Wow.
showed them to the world. Maria Corina has shown that to the world. I don't recall where they are right now, but they're in the custody of a government. I don't know if it's this one or another government, but they're in the custody of that government, where
So
it
they have
shows
full proof that it was
we
stolen.
have full proof. This time we have full proof that Edmundo Gonzalez was elected president, and that Maduro and the whole regime robbed us from having a new president and robbed the elections with absolute proof.
Crazy. I mean, I think we've seen it here with the Biden administration. In my opinion, I think that was stolen as well in the 2020. That's just my opinion. I have no proof, obviously. But from what I saw, you know, when a president does a campaign and there's 15 people in front of him watching him, and then the other one does a campaign and there's 9,000 in front of him, you kind of, you know, it makes sense. But again, we have no proof of what happened with that one, because they say there is proof. Trump keeps saying that there is proof. Again, we don't know. But in Venezuela, I think that was very obvious. I mean, the protests were insane. The whole country was
In flames.
in flames,
Yeah.
man. So
Yeah.
how could the other guy win if the whole country was against you?
You-
Who
you-
voted?
The polls gave back then 80+% of probability of Edmundo Gonzalez and Maria Corina Machado
Mm-hmm.
winning the elections, and those are just polls. But polls kind of, you know,
Yeah,
kind
absolutely.
of like tell you what's going to happen.
Yeah.
If the polls are close in,
Yeah.
like the previous elections, that everything was very close, and we probably won every single election, but of a very close margin, and you don't have that person in every single election station, then okay, it's hard to prove.
Yeah.
But on this one, it was like it
was monitored.
It's a tsunami of people voting against him. And being vocal on the streets and saying it, and I voted against it. I voted for Edmundo. I voted for Maria Corina, and everybody with that enthusiasm, and then, no, Maduro is president. What the hell?
Yeah, that's it.
It
Wow.
totally, it didn't catch me off guard. I remember that. I was watching the election.
Did you expect it to happen? I mean, did
I
you have
ex-
some kind of a doubt? Like, you know, this might happen?
I knew that was going to happen.
Oh, okay.
I was expecting it. And Maria Corina was expecting it too. And that's why she had that contingency plan of having every single ballot or receipt or whatever
Yeah.
you want to call it to be able to prove it. I knew you were doing this, and now I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to show the world. That was done a few hours after the election result. She
Yeah.
was already announcing to the world that the results, the official results, the real results, were going to be on a website posted in a few hours and whatever. Just a few hours after the result came in, which came in, I don't remember, I think it was 2 a.m. in the morning. So how did she have a website with all that set up?
Yeah.
She knew it. She expected
She
it.
knew exactly what was
She
going to
knew
happen.
exactly what was going to happen,
You're not taking power away from that man.
because we know that to take power out of him, it's not by elections. Elections is just a way to prove that it's a dictatorship.
You're not taking out that. You're not getting that man off power. Not with elections, at least.
Not with
Not
elections.
with
This is
elections.
not that's not a democracy.
No.
It's a dictatorship, and
of
dictators only go how they go. I mean, there's a lot of examples out there in the world.
Yeah. What did you think about his arrest? You know, the way it was done. A lot of people are opposing it. They're saying, you know, you can't just go and grab someone's president and kidnap him. Even though listen, I'm not gonna say he's a great guy. Whatever. That's everyone has their opinion. I never lived there, so for me to say I have an opinion would be kind of bad because I don't know.
Right.
That's why I have you here to let me know what's really going on there, because I'm actually truly interested.
Right.
I want to see from someone that actually lived it. But there's a lot of people saying that how this was illegally done and UN never sanctioned it. All this. What's your opinion on the arrest?
Well, I'm not going to go into the deep details
Yeah, of course.
of the opinion, because that is something for the U.S. politicians to discuss within themselves.
Of course.
I'm not going to go into
No,
that.
no, yeah. What's your
But
opinion?
My opinion, first of all, to the people that are saying, to the people, general people that are saying that was illegally done. Well, I'm not a lawyer, and I can't speak of the legality of what the U.S. government did and this administration did.
Yeah.
But to the people who say that you can't take a president, that's illegal to take a president out of their country just by force, I would say he's not the president. The president, by proof, is Edmundo Gonzalez. He doesn't want to recognize it, so he is now not the president.
That's a good take.
It's as simple as that.
That's a good take, my man. And I never heard someone say that. And I've been watching about this for the last couple of weeks, and I've never heard someone say it like that.
It's as simple as that.
That's a good take.
He is a dictator who is in power by force. He did not respect the latest elections. He is a drug trafficker, an assassin. That's what he is.
Yeah.
Now, I ask those people, you're at your home. Someone comes in by force. What do you do? Mm-hmm. Don't answer. Just think about that. Mm-hmm. What do you do? And if you can't get him out, he's already in your house. You can't get him out. And you're calling. And you call the UN. And you call other governments. And you call everyone in the world. And you spend years calling, saying, help me, there's someone in my house. And he doesn't want to leave, even though I have proof that this is my house. Mm-hmm. He's already killed in my house. He's taken people prisoners in my house. Nobody comes. And suddenly, someone just said, you know what? I'm going to go and take him.
Yeah.
So I called all of you, and you just turned
your backs on me.
Turned your face around and
look the other way.
Look the other way. And now when this other person comes in and helps me, now you're going to say he's the bad guy? Mm-hmm. I mean, that's just wrong.
I agree.
That's just wrong.
I agree.
If you really want to help the Venezuelan people, you got to respect the latest election.
Absolutely, man.
I understand you didn't do it before. We didn't have proof. We just had a very bad president who was doing bad stuff. But now we have the proof. Mm-hmm. Not only the proof that we won the election, proof that he has political prisoners, proof that he has assassin people, proof that he has kidnapped people, proof that he is drug trafficking.
So that's another thing, that the drug. Okay, so here in America, a lot of people are convinced that the states used the cartel and the drug trafficking as an excuse. Do you think that was? I mean, I don't think you do think that, but the excuse part. Do you think he actually was a part of the cartel? He had his own cartel. Was it about drugs?
If people want to think that is an excuse, I applaud the excuse. But to be honest, I'm absolutely certain, as we were certain that there are Cubans within the Venezuelan dictatorship regime, I am absolutely certain that the drug cartels are working out of Venezuela and that they are in co-partnership, or even now, the head of the cartel is the regime. I'm absolutely certain of that. And all you have to do is go to Colombia, where it was before, or north of Brazil, where it was before, and see that there is no more, or there is very, very, very less drug trafficking from there than there is from Venezuela.
Yeah.
You see it all over the world. France, Spain, Italy.
Yeah.
Cargo ships being hauled over and drug coming out of there. Where did this come from? Venezuela.
Yeah, that wasn't a thing before. It was never known. Now it's like
it's
what
public.
It is. Yeah. It's public. Yeah,
it's public. And nowadays with the internet and all that, everything is public very fast. So what's there not to believe here? Mm-hmm. Drug is coming from Venezuela. Mm-hmm. Venezuela is a drug cartel. The regime has a drug cartel, and they're not only using it as for their own product, but they're also a hub.
Yeah.
For the Iranians, for whoever wants to put it.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. I mean, it's there. You don't want to see it. I can't convince you otherwise.
No, of course.
But it's right there. You don't want to believe it. It's right there.
Mm-hmm. So Iran, China, Russia, they were there for a long time. They had their little fingers in the country. They never helped the people of Venezuela, in my opinion, with anything. What was the involvement in Venezuela?
What would
Was it
be the
just-
involvement of any government across the world
Yeah.
for any into any other? Why does the U.S. have relations with England, France, Italy?
There's interest, of course.
There's interest. And what
Absolutely.
is the interest of every country or any country in Venezuela? Oil.
Oil, of course.
We have the most largest reserves of oil in the world.
Yeah.
Aside from that, we have diamonds, gold, minerals. I think we even have uranium that was recently found. So there's a lot of richness
Yeah.
in the Venezuelan soil.
Which doesn't make sense to me. The country's so rich, but so poor.
In 1956 or 57, the Venezuelan bolivar was worth more than the dollar
Really?
for a tad bit, but it was worth more than a dollar. So what is the involvement of China, Russia, Iran in Venezuela? Oil. Have the control of the oil. I don't remember who said it, but I was looking at Instagram this morning, and this person says these governments, the Chinese and everybody are there because of the oil, and of course.
Absolutely.
And if the U.S. did what they did because they want the oil, yes.
Yes,
But
of
not
course.
but not in the sense of what people think, including some Venezuelans that say, no, they want to steal our oil. No. They just don't want China, Russia, and Iran
And why would
to
we?
have it.
Why would we?
It's,
We want it.
It's right next to me. You're all the way over there. I'm going to control it.
1,000%.
It's as simple
Get
as
out
that.
of here. We'll-
You go out. We'll have the Venezuelans use it and sell it to us. And if they want to sell it to you, fine. But they keep the money, not you abuse it.
Yeah.
It's as simple
And
as
I
that.
hope to God that the people from Venezuela actually see some benefits from this. Because in my opinion, I don't think they've seen any benefits under Maduro and the oil.
No.
That's what I mean.
No,
So-
absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. We haven't seen any benefits. And there's so many ways of seeing benefits of this. So many ways.
The country can be really wealthy, man. That the economy could be exploding.
I'm not saying that we're going to convert into a first world country overnight.
That will take
That
time.
takes a lot of years. It's a cultural thing that we have to do as a society. We
Yeah.
have to evolve.
A lot has to change.
A lot has to change. But if we don't start, we're never going to change.
Yeah.
And as a Venezuelan, I want to see that change. We have to change. We need to invest. We need that money, and we need that investments from foreign companies.
Of course.
Because we can't do it alone. Because we are right now so poor that we don't have enough to do it on our own. We need that from other countries and from other companies and companies from abroad, and come in and exploit and turn that around so that we can invest in, first of all, education. We need to educate ourselves.
How is your education there? Is it like, you have to pay for college, or is it free education?
We have both.
Yeah, both.
We have both. According to law, the education is free. Should be free. So if someone chooses to go to a private one, that's their choice.
Yeah.
But you have free
Okay.
universities and free public schools and all that.
But that's a good thing.
Yes, it is very good. But they are very poorly maintained. Teachers don't get paid enough. So I think that teachers should be the number one, or one of the
definitely
first
deserve-
three type of jobs
Yeah,
that
they
to be better
definitely
paid
deserve it, man, 100%.
anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
And teachers right now are at the bottom of the food chain. So
How about healthcare?
same. The healthcare I know a few doctors there, and I can't say names or
it's fine.
or relation or anything, but they are they sometimes have to ask the patients to bring the medical
Come on.
instruments or gauzes, or you go buy them at the private sector and bring them over, because I
So I can
can't
take care of
operate.
you.
so I can operate you, so I can save your life.
Wow, man, that is crazy. That is absolutely crazy.
The
For
private
a country
sector
that has the most oil in the world, diamonds, gold. That's not okay, man.
No, it's not.
Do you think this arrest is gonna change anything?
This arrest has already changed things?
You did?
It has changed. It's not the results that we wanted. Everybody wants the immediate stuff.
Well, yeah,
You know,
that will
nowadays,
never
everybody
happen.
wants everything to happen now.
Of course.
And you have to be patient. And I know that asking the Venezuelan people to be patient is kind of like
We've been patient for the last how many years?
25, 26
Yeah,
years.
that's a lot of patience, my friend.
That's a lot of patience. But we still need to be patient because things don't happen overnight.
Well,
this is like
Delcy-
the first step.
Yeah, Delcy Rodriguez, she was his vice president, am I
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Now she took over.
Yes.
So if she was his vice president, how much change can really happen, or she's under the gun from the States? How is this going to work out?
Well, I believe that she is under the Damocles spade of the U.S. You know, there's this, the Damocles spade is just hanging over her head, and
Yeah, they're watching her probably.
Yeah, and
She got sworn in, right? Like a couple of days later
yes,
as the president?
Yes,
Okay.
I think it was the day after,
Yeah.
or 2 days after. It's the same thing. The government, the regime is still in control of the country. They have the military, they have the police, they have the institutions, and that's that. But now they have this sword dangling over their head.
Yeah.
And they just cannot go out and do, okay, that's it. No? I believe there are some changes already being happening. You know, the political prisoners that we've been seeing that have been released so far, that is a
That's
good
a big step.
When you see movies or you see the SWAT series or something, when they have a hostage situation, what's the first thing the hostage negotiator asks for? Give me proof of life, and then
Yeah, show me their life.
and then give me good faith and release some hostages. Women and children first,
Yeah.
for example. So this is kind of like the first steps of that hostage negotiation that is happening, but now in a big scale. It's not a few guys in a bank robbery or something.
Yeah.
This is a whole country, and
Yeah.
the whole country is being held hostage, specifically these 1,000 people that were political prisoners.
That's a lot of people.
And now they're okay. We got 200 and something out. Here's your first proof of
First little release.
Yeah, it's good faith. Okay, but there's other stuff to come. We haven't seen them. There are negotiations being held. I'm pretty sure of that. That always happened. That's politics. And this administration and every other administration, for that matter, has done it in their own way. Some have worked, some have not. Like we said at the beginning, all governments make mistakes. This one and everyone else. And, well, this one has made some progress.
Okay.
It's as simple as that.
So Maria Machado?
Maria Corina Machado.
Yeah. So she's the opposition of her, correct?
She is the leader of the opposition right now.
What happened to what's his name? Edmundo?
Edmundo
Urrutia?
Gonzalez? Yeah, Edmundo Gonzalez Urrutia.
Yes.
He is the president-elect. He is
Okay.
our president-elect. He's the one that won the election.
Is he still gonna go for the next election, or it's gonna be the lady?
Well, that's one of the discussions that's been going around, even within us, in our parties, in our political parties, and within our friends, and as do we need another election? That's a question that is out there. I don't have the answer. I honestly don't have the answer.
What do you mean by do we need another election? Because you mean for the previous one, they already.
We just elected him.
Yeah.
We just have to honor that election. Some people say we have to honor that election. Some other people say, well,
That's true too.
that election wasn't legit because it was rigged by the government, by the regime, and so on and so forth, and we should
Gotta
do a
do it
new
again.
one. And it's a discussion.
Yeah.
It's part of the discussion. It's out there. It's on the table. What should we do? But right now, there is nothing to do onto that matter. Those are things that are happening backstage.
Yeah.
Because right now, it doesn't matter if we say it's in Mundo, it's Maria Corina, or we have to do new elections. Because there's no way to enforce any of those things.
If they don't do another election, they gotta have to give it to the guy. What's his name?
Edmundo?
Yeah.
They
Because
Well, that's what we need to see how this process
Plays out.
plays out, evolves, right? So one of the things that this administration could be saying, Delcy Rodriguez, you have to hold new elections, or Delcy Rodriguez, you have to leave power
And just give it to the other
and just
party.
give it to the person who won.
But why are they pushing Maria so much and not Edmundo?
Because Maria is the actual opposition leader. Maria Corina Machado was the one that won the primaries.
Okay.
And then she was our candidate. Everybody was behind her.
Okay.
But when she went to present her candidacy officially, they didn't let her. You're inhabilitated to be a candidate.
Why?
Because it's a regime. It's a dictatorship.
So they just didn't let her go, period.
Exactly.
Okay. Oh, now I understand. Okay.
The same thing happened to my friend David Smolansky, who's they didn't let him be mayor. Remember?
Yep.
The same thing happened to my other friend who was mayor.
They just blackmailed him, said, no, that's it.
You're
done.
not gonna. You can't be a candidate. That's it. That's it. It's a dictatorship. So the next thing she did, she appointed, and she told everyone, okay, I'm not going to be the candidate. The candidate is going to be this person, Maria something. I don't remember her name. They didn't let her as well. Okay, so we went to Edmundo, and they let Edmundo.
They let him go.
They let him run.
Okay.
Okay, now he's running. And that's why Edmundo won. He campaigned, of course,
He campaigned, yeah.
but he is not the leader of the opposition.
Of that
The leader is Maria Corina Machado.
Gotcha.
She is the leader of the opposition in Venezuela.
Yeah.
She is our leader. Like it, not like it, she is the one.
Yeah.
Edmundo is the president-elect because of that forced situation.
Yeah.
And that's why part of the discussion of holding new elections and free elections is, well, let's have Maria Corina run, actually, and let's all vote for Maria Corina and have Maria Corina be the president and not Edmundo. That's part of the things that are on the table right now.
Wow. That's for someone that's not from there to understand how that all works.
It's
absolutely
practically impossible.
crazy, man. It's insane. Like it doesn't make sense to me. And I come from a place like Serbia it's a little bit better, I'll say, when it comes to that kind of stuff. It's not so extreme, but it's the same thing. The guy's been in power for years. You can't get him off. I don't even know if we have someone better than him. That's how sad it is. But he's just he's not the best president I've seen. I'll tell you that. That's my opinion. I mean, it is what it is. But back to the oil. Okay, the country has so much oil. Where is this money? The money's got to go somewhere. Where is it going?
I heard a senator talk about this a few days ago. They say that we've seen and we know the accounts that most of the regime leaders have, and we're not seeing accounts of $4, $5, $10 million.
Oh, I can imagine the numbers.
It's $400, $500 million on those offshore accounts.
Yeah.
It's like bizarre. You can't. How can you explain that? It's like it doesn't make sense.
But that's what I mean. The money's got to go somewhere.
That's where the money's going.
And they don't help nobody out. There's just a circle of people in Venezuela.
Their
They
circle,
keep it tight.
and
that's
obviously what they're trying to do now to try to make face and say everything is good, and that's why some people can say, "Oh, there is food," like we talked at the beginning. Yeah, that's that little bubble where they take all that money and they reinvest it into certain things, and you see buildings going up. But who's occupying the buildings later? No one. The building is empty.
Yeah.
Because there's no one to invest. Or if the building is full, it's full by their own people.
Yeah.
And you see supermarkets full of food. But instead of having 2 aisles of Coke and Pepsi and Sprite and two little rows of it, no, it's one whole aisle that says Coca-Cola and the other aisle says Pepsi.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
And so
man.
how does this work?
Yeah.
This is not freedom. This is not being able to do whatever you want. This is a controlled regime that has little bubbles.
Yeah.
So that people can say everything is good. But
Who holds the power? Is it the military? Is it like a government military? Who's the most powerful? Or is it one big circle of everybody?
It's a one big circle.
One big circle.
It's a
so
one
government
big
runs
circle.
the army. Armies just
the
in there.
military is in cahoots with the
Yeah.
the civilians that hold the regime together, and everybody's in cahoots there. And the military has power over the gold and over that. So they gave the military, for example, okay, you're in charge of the gold, do whatever you want with it, exploit it, and then they're doing that.
Wow.
So everybody has their money, their hands in that
something.
pot,
Yeah.
in that big old pot. So they all hold that together.
My friend, I don't know, but whoever becomes the next president, it will take a lot more than changing a president for that country to actually have a term. It will take a lot of work, man.
There's not only the change of the president. We have to change our institutions completely.
Everything.
We have to.
That's a lot of work.
We have to reduce the amount of bureaucracy, government bureaucracy that is in place, and we have to cleanse the military, the polices, and reduce them.
But that seems impossible when you think about it. Like, how do you get that many people off power? You have to change every position.
Yes. And it has been done before in other countries, so it's not impossible.
It has. But there's a lot of money involved here. That's the thing.
The good thing is that we have it.
Yeah, I know. But the money changes people. So let's say, like in Mexico, you take one head off, another one grows, right? When it comes to cartels. And you know,
well, Maduro, now we got Delcy.
Exactly. She was his vice president.
It's as simple as that.
It's simple, right? So, but here, okay, so let's say they change everybody, okay? There's still money involved. Who's to say they're not going to do the same thing for their pockets?
That's a very good question.
Right. So
but that's part
that's
of
a legitimate, right? It's a legitimate question.
That's a concern but we have to go through it.
Yeah, you have no choice.
We don't have a choice.
It's got to be better. It cannot get worse.
It can always get worse. Everybody said the same thing about Chavez when Maduro came in. Like, Chavez, it can't be worse than Chavez, and we got his dumbass son.
Yeah.
Maduro.
Much worse.
And now we have Delcy Rodriguez, which I think if it weren't by the situation that they have that sword dangling over their head, she could be worse.
Yeah.
And it could get worse and worse and worse and worse. We as human beings have to stop saying it can't be worse, because it always can be worse. But it also can always be better.
That's very true.
We have to work for it. We have to work for it. We have, as Venezuelans, we have to work for it. And we have to entrust in whoever gets there, if it's Maria Corina, if it's Edmundo, or if it's Pedrito de los Palotes, as we say. It doesn't matter, but we have to trust that person.
Yeah.
And we have to back that person up until that person proves otherwise. And then we have to go back and elect another one.
Is there elections planned right now or anything? Or no, there's nothing?
No, there's nothing. There is nothing planned at this moment.
That's scary.
Right now, what we need to do is see how we get rid of the rest of the regime and the drug trafficking cartel. That is what we need to do. That is what needs to happen. We can't put anyone there. We can't take. Let's just say someone says to me, "You're going to be the president." Go. Hell no. There's no way I can control that.
Yeah.
There is no way
That's
I can control that.
Man.
It's not that I can't do it. It's that the military still has power, and they still have power. If I go into the country, first thing is going to do is they're going to throw me in jail or kill me.
Yeah.
So there's no control right now. They have the control. So once we take control out of their hands, however that happens, and however the administration, the Trump administration, and the rest of the global world that is against the regime works it out with Maria Corina, Edmundo, and the rest of us that are working towards it, however we handle that will determine what happens next.
Yeah.
But first things first, we need to gain control of the country. There is no way that we can just put someone there and say, okay,
you take over now. Make it better.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work like that. This is not a video game.
No.
This is real life.
It's a big country too. A lot of people. It's so much money, so much power. It will take a lot for that country to come back to at least be normal. At least have a normal, civilized way of living, because right now, obviously, it's not.
It's going to take a lot of investment, a lot of years, a lot of education.
Yeah.
And we need to.
Do you see a war happening? Do you see troops on the ground?
No,
or no, you don't see.
I don't see.
You won't go
troops on
that
the
far.
ground. I mean,
They were bombing the boats though. That was aggressive.
Yes.
Even though I don't know.
And,
like,
and the actual Maduro intervention was actually also, you can say, aggressive, but it's
people died.
20 men.
Yeah.
20 men went in and took Maduro out.
Yeah.
This guy, I've watched the news and stuff and things over Instagram. And
how did you find out when that happened? What was your
my mom called me at 1:40 a.m. something like that. There's a coup happening in Venezuela. I'm like, what coup?
What's going on?
What coup? What coup? There's a coup happening in Venezuela. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Mom calling, excited.
Come on, Mom. It's 1:40 in the a.m. Come on. And there's a coup happening. And she hung up. I'm already up.
Of
So
course
I go on Twitter, X now, and I like, oh shit.
They got him.
Oh shit. And then immediately go into turn on the computer and turn on everything. And I'm like, oh shit, this is really happening.
Yeah.
But what is happening?
Yeah.
At that moment, I didn't know what was happening. I'm seeing things, but I don't know what is happening.
Yeah.
And
Is it real? Is it what's going on?
No, I knew it was real. I know something was happening in Caracas, that the bombing and the explosions and stuff like that, but I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
Who was behind this? Because my mom says it's a coup. So I'm thinking the military, our own...
Oh, so she called you before even the rest of them. So she called you right when it started happening,
when
operation.
When it was happening live. And I'm like, well, okay, well, what's this? What's going on? And I go and I start talking to people and start messaging. And then, no, it's not our military. It's not the Venezuelan military that is overthrowing them to put El Mundo back. No, it's the U.S. military that went in. Okay, that's my second news flash. It's okay. It's not ours. It's the U.S. military. Damn, U.S. troops, boots on the ground. This is an invasion or whatever.
Yeah,
and I'm like, okay, let's keep on digging in. And then a few minutes later, no, they went after Maduro and they took Maduro and Delcy. That's it. And Delcy, no, and his wife. Yeah. I'm like, that's it? That's all they took? Okay. Okay.
Quick operation, in and out.
A quick operation.
Amazing how they got him, man. It's incredible.
It was a 40-minute operation. The whole thing lasted 2 hours, 20 men in and out. It's
if that doesn't show you power, man.
The most powerful military country in the world. Come on.
Yeah.
Against a bunch of fat-ass beer-drinking military guys that we have down there. Of course they're going to do it. So I don't imagine boots on the ground.
I expected more resistance.
No.
Honestly, I expected some resistance. Something.
Well, they did shoot back, but...
Yeah. Where'd they go? They got blown up in pieces.
They probably shot themselves.
Yeah.
Because they're not training. They don't do any of that.
Yeah.
Not like here.
And I'm sure they didn't expect that either. I don't think they expected
They probably... I think they underestimated... since they were in their own country, no, the U.S. is not going to come in and invade us.
In our house and grab them. No way.
Yeah, that they're going to get in so much trouble with the world and blah, blah, blah. And that's underestimation for you.
They came.
Yeah.
And they got him.
Yeah.
And I remember the speech when he was saying, I don't know if that was towards Trump or Elon Musk or somebody. Maduro was like, come get me, coward.
Oh, yeah, to Trump.
Those are to Trump. Well,
there you go.
He came and got you. And I've seen the Colombia president saying the same thing. He's saying, no, come and get me. If you think, you want to come and get me. And in my head, I'm like, man, did you not just see what happened to your neighbor? They'll come and get you.
Don't get into trouble for free.
Yeah, come on, man. What are you asking for trouble for? And Trump, he's crazy. Like, he'll make some crazy calls like this. This right here just showed the power of the country, man. They're powerful. They got the most trained people in the world.
Yeah.
They'll go in your backyard. They'll get you before your neighbor even wakes up, and they'll be out of there. 20 people. That's all it took. Boom, boom, in and out.
It was an amazing operation, whether you want to see it as illegal or illegal. It was an amazing operation.
It is amazing.
And
a flex, that's for sure.
And against the legality or the illegality of it, I can't speak for it because I don't know the legal stuff here in the U.S.
But like you said, that was an amazing point. He wasn't the president.
Exactly.
Right? So really, they never got the president. They got a dictator who
cartel
acted as
leader.
a president and really just ran the country based on power.
He's the cartel leader.
Yeah.
So if they go take a cartel leader in, I don't know, Massachusetts, is that is that bad or
illegal?
good?
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same thing.
Exactly.
Only in this case, he was also auto-proclaimed president. Okay, fine. But that's your stuff. That's
Exactly.
you want to call yourself president, you can call yourself king of the world if you want, but that doesn't make you one.
Exactly. And as we said earlier, people say, oh, we're there for the oil. Okay, so what? So is Russia. So is China. So is Iran.
And they've already been there for the oil.
They've been there for years. And what have they done for the people of Venezuela? Nothing.
And what has the world done against those countries that have been there doing that for 20 plus years?
Exactly.
So
Exactly, my friend.
you want to come in and you want to invest in the oil, in the gold, and all of that, and pay for it, exploit it, and pay for it.
No problem.
Go ahead.
No
We did that in
problem.
1930. We opened up when the oil boom and all that. We opened up to Shell, to all other companies. They came in. And they exploited.
They stopped it, right? Why would the relationship stop between states and Venezuela before? Because they had a relationship
because
before, right?
we nationalized the oil. We nationalized it.
Gotcha.
There was that was the agreement back then. You have, I don't remember exactly, but you have 20 years to exploit this, and then you got to leave.
That's it.
We're going to give you 20 years. And then you got to leave, but you have to leave all your machinery behind, all your infrastructure and everything behind, and then we are going to start to take over and start exploiting that. Okay.
So that was the deal.
That was the deal.
Okay.
Everybody accepted it. Everybody was okay with it. Companies made a lot of money exploiting the Venezuelan oil back then, and well, I would expect to do the same thing today. What's the problem with that?
Yeah.
What is the problem with that? What happened back then? Well, they did that, and we had a lot of money, and we invested in a lot of things. Our infrastructure, our country's infrastructure grew.
It was a booming country.
Like crazy. It was a booming country because of what? Because of other companies coming to take our oil.
Yeah.
No, to buy our oil.
Yes.
We gave them permission to exploit that.
Unfortunately, the country can't do it on its own.
Like a landlord of a commercial property gives permission for others to exploit that land or
Rent
that
a spot, make your business. Go ahead.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
it.
Give me my cut and I'm good.
My country has oil. I have this space. You want this? Okay. I'm renting it out. 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, whatever.
No problem.
Whatever. There's oil there for many more years than that.
Pay your lease and we're good.
Pay your lease, and then when you're out, whatever infrastructure, like any other lease, whatever infrastructure,
You leave it.
behind, and now I take over it. And in the meantime, you're training Venezuelans to take over it.
What's wrong with that?
I don't understand.
It's a win-win situation.
It's a win-win
for
situation
everybody.
for everybody. And in the meantime, while they're exploiting that, Venezuelan government, whoever is in power at that moment, takes all that money and redirects that to health, food, water, electricity, education, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So we live better. I don't understand what's the problem with that.
I don't understand either, brother.
I
What
don't
is the
understand. It's
issue
as
with that?
simple as that. Why wouldn't we want to have all our coast, the whole coast, which is by far bigger than Aruba, for example, or Cancun, or whatever island you want to. We have enough coast. Aruba lives out of what?
Tourism.
Tourism. We have by far more coast than Aruba, and the same water, same beaches.
So
Why couldn't we have like 10 Marriott compounds all across that?
Why not?
And Hilton and IHG and whatever other hotel chain you want.
So right now, let's say as an American, could we go and buy land over there? Let's say beach land, or we're not allowed.
Right now, I really don't know. But I would be more than happy to see that happen.
Yeah.
By all
Why
means.
not? Just build the country up. What's wrong with that?
I don't understand why people
Like they let people come. I mean, I came from Serbia. I mean, from Canada. I was born in Serbia, and I came to Canada. They let me build my future over there, just like that. You know, I did my thing over there, and I came here. Open arms, man. Do your thing. Open a business. Work. Employ Americans. Why not?
do everything legal, and we're okay with it.
Exactly. What's wrong with that?
The thing is that they have been. That's why I emphasize so much on education. We have to re-educate everyone. And that takes time. That takes at least one generation over.
Do you see hope?
That's 15 years.
Do you see hope?
Absolutely, I see hope. Venezuela is a very rich country with people who are awesome. They're great. The resilience of the Venezuelan people is amazing. And the Venezuelan women especially, they carry us. Every single woman there carries us to be better and to thrive and to be better in every possible way. There is hope. Absolutely, there is hope. I will never die on hope for my country. But we have to do things. We have to educate. And we have to educate in a way that people understand how the world works and why things are how they are, and why what we're just saying, that go invest, go rent a piece of land to exploit the oil, and why that is good. Because what they've been brainwashed for so many years saying that is bad, that they're coming for our oil and they're going to take it away, that people believe it.
Of course, man.
It's 25 years. It's more than a generation.
Well, they've been brainwashed. They've been beat with that information.
They were born with that. I wasn't born with that. I was born in 1983. Chavez wasn't around. So he was alive, but he wasn't around. It was another kid.
Yeah.
So, but there are kids that are 25 years old now, which is an adult in any state, that were born with Chavez in power.
Yeah.
So they don't know anything else.
Yeah. They think it's so bad if someone comes here and builds anything.
So we need to change that. And that change doesn't come overnight.
Yeah.
That change comes with education, with a lot of time.
Of course. I know just recently in my country, in Serbia, Trump's, his daughter's husband, what's it, Jared Kushner, I think that's his name? Or some, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong. But he bought a building, I believe, was him or somebody from the Trump family bought a building in Belgrade. And they want to like renovate it, they want to turn into a, something. I think Trump, maybe I'm wrong, Trump Hotel or something like that, but I've seen the amount of protests that came. They're coming to take over. Who's coming to take over? They want to invest in your country. They want to make it better. Relax. What's wrong with that? I don't understand the mentality. I guess they were the same thing. They were beaten with so much propaganda their whole life that they believe that if someone comes to the country and they want to make it better, it's like, oh, they're coming.
At this point, I don't even care if the Chinese, Russians, or Iranians go over there and invest. As long as they do it properly and they give.
And take care of the people.
And they don't have to take care of the people. They have to give what has to be given.
That's what I'm saying.
So if
pay your money.
Pay the rent, pay the value, whatever it is.
Of course,
and abide by the same laws and rights to everyone exactly the same. So I don't care if it's Russian, Chinese, or from Mars.
I'd rather be us, to be honest. I'd rather be the America. We live here, my man.
Of course.
We don't need Russia and China going to Venezuela.
But that's a different story. I'm talking about as a normal Venezuelan.
Absolutely.
As a normal, not a politician.
Yeah, of course.
Not as a politician. As a normal Venezuelan that wants to see his country thrive.
They don't care. Who cares?
If he comes from Mars, Venus, or Jupiter.
Absolutely,
I don't care if it's aliens that go there. Pay your price.
Pay your rent and you're good.
And then abide by the same rules. That's it. I don't care. I don't care who it comes from. Obviously, I know where I live, right? You know where I live.
Of course.
So that's who I want. That's obvious. But it doesn't mean that as a normal citizen, a Venezuelan citizen, I don't want the best for my country. It doesn't matter where it comes from. As long as it's the best.
What keeps you going, my man? I mean, you lost a lot in your life. You went through a lot. What keeps you going?
My family.
Your family.
That's it. My family. That's the only thing that keeps me ahead. I wouldn't have anything if I didn't have my wife, especially, because without her, I would be nothing. She's changed me in so many ways, and my two kids. Even though one is going through teenage life, and the other one is entering teenage life, which is hard for both for them and for us as parents. But I live for them.
Family.
The one plays soccer, the other one does ballet, and
amazing.
And I'm always behind him and play soccer to the soccer games, soccer practices when I can, when I'm not traveling for work or something. That's
amazing, man. And last question, my man. Last question. if you could directly speak to the people of Venezuela right now, what would you say?
Yeah. Great question. Great question. Puts me in a spot here. I would say we need to be patient. Good things are coming. Good things are coming, and they will arrive. But we need to be patient. I understand that asking you for patience after 26 years of dictatorship and regime control and all of what we've lived through, deaths, kidnapping, imprisonment, etc., is hard. But things are coming. Good things are coming. Maria Corina and Edmundo are doing their work. All of us out here that have been forced to leave the country, or even not forced, but we have left the country, we are working hard to keep Venezuela at the top, make us proud, but also to make it free. And freedom will come for us. Believe it, but be patient.
My man, Jesus, thank you so much for your time, brother.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Zito.
This was amazing. I learned a lot today that I didn't know a lot from before. Thank you so much for your time, my man. Appreciate you. Hope to see you again.
Will do. Thank you very much, man.